In the previous episode, Huyen and Ji visited Adam's parents, and although they were strangers, at first they quickly grew close, almost like family. Today, Huyen and her family are finally returning to their old home. As Huyen steps back into the house, she's flooded with a mix of emotions, memories of happier times now clouded by the sadness of what remains. The house and the surrounding land, once full of life, now lie in ruins. What will they do to restore this place and start fresh? How will life unfold for Huyen's family as they return to their roots? Stay tuned to find out what happens next. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to keep up with the latest updates. Your support keeps me motivated to bring you more exciting videos. After spending a peaceful night at Adam's parents' house, Huyen and her family woke up early the next morning, ready to head back to their hometown. Even though Huyen's family had only just met Adam's mother, there was an instant connection. The warmth and kindness between them made it feel as though they had known each other for years, like they were already family. Adam's mother, her eyes full of emotion, said, "I'm so sad to say goodbye. You're always welcome to visit, and I hope you'll come back soon. Wishing you all the best as you go back to your home." Huyen, equally moved, smiled softly and replied, "We'll definitely visit once we're settled. Please take care of yourself, and don't worry, Adam will be back with you soon. We'll stay in touch." With heartfelt goodbyes, Huyen and her family walked down the road, preparing to catch a ride back to their own home. It was a bittersweet departure for Huyen, but she felt hopeful about the future, knowing that Adam's mother's kindness would always be remembered. The journey back was another step in their new beginning, and although they didn't know what the future held, they were ready to face it together as a family. After what seemed like an endless journey, Huyen and her family finally arrived at their hometown. As they stepped through the door of their old house, the first thing they noticed was that the surroundings were flooded. The heavy rains must have caused the water to rise, reaching all the way to their doorstep. Huyen stood at the entrance, taking in the sight of the house she had once called home. As her eyes lingered on the familiar walls and the worn-out corners, painful memories rushed back like a tidal wave. This house, with all its flaws and imperfections, was filled with moments of sorrow. Memories she had tried so hard to bury. At one point, she had promised herself that she would never return to this place, that the past would stay where it belonged. But here she was, standing in front of it again, a twist of fate pulling her back. Despite everything, a part of her couldn't deny the longing for peace. She had endured so much, and now, with her family by her side, she just wanted a chance to rebuild. A chance to live a simple life with Jay, free from the shadows of the past. She dreamed of sending Maya to school, letting her daughter have the life she deserved, full of joy and opportunity just like any other child her age. The house may have been worn down by time and hardship, but it was still standing, and so was she. With Jay by her side, Huyen believed that together they could create a new beginning in this very place, no matter the obstacles that lay ahead. Jay gently reassured Huyen, his voice filled with sincerity. "You and Maya are the greatest gifts God has given me. I'll work hard to make sure you both have a better life." His words warmed Huyen's heart, a soothing balm against the weight of all the uncertainty that still lingered. In the quiet of their home, she looked at him, her heart swelling with gratitude and love. Despite the struggles they faced, knowing that Joe was by her side made it all seem a little more bearable. Together, they started cleaning the house. The place had been abandoned for some time, and everything was covered in dust and mold. The smell of mildew was thick in the air, but Huyen worked with determination, sweeping the floor, wiping the windows, doing whatever she could to make the place feel like home again. They both knew it would take time to restore the house, but this was where they had chosen to build their future, and that made it worth the effort. As they moved through the house, Ji spoke with a tone of hope. This land is perfect for growing vegetables, but the moisture here, along with the rats, will cause problems. We need to act quickly to protect the crops. Huyen nodded her mind, already working on solutions. Despite the challenges, she felt a spark of optimism. This was their chance to build something for themselves, a real home, a place where their dreams could grow, just like the vegetables they would plant. In the backyard, they discovered a large fish pond, and Huyen smiled. Her dream of having a fish farm was now within reach. We just need to set up the nets to keep the fish from swimming away, she thought to herself. She could already picture the pond filled with life, a symbol of their hard work and hope for the future. The next day, Huyen planned to visit Maya's teacher to make arrangements for her daughter to go back to school. It was one more step forward, a small victory in the midst of all the uncertainty. While Huyen made the preparations, Jay offered to go to the market to buy food so Huyen could prepare their first family meal in their new home. It was a simple gesture, but it meant the world to her, proof that they were building their future together, one step at a time. In that moment, Huyen realized that despite the hardships, they were making progress. They were not just surviving. They were slowly, steadily creating the life they dreamed of. And that thought brought a sense of peace and determination. Jie returned from the market with fresh fish and some vegetables, and Huyen headed out to the field to harvest a few ears of corn, adding a little extra color to their meal. It wasn't much, but it was enough to make their humble meal feel like a feast, especially with everything they had been through. Maya, ever the well-behaved child, stayed busy with her own little world. As Huyen and Ji worked hard to clean up and prepare the food, Maya, understanding beyond her years, stood off to the side, singing and playing happily. Her innocence and good nature brought a smile to both Huyen and Jie, reminding them of the beauty of simple joys. Zhou, always caring, rushed to prepare the meal. He could see that both Huyen and Maya were hungry, and the thought of seeing them satisfied warmed his heart. He worked swiftly, determined to bring them the comfort they so desperately needed after a long day. Soon, Joe placed the food on the table, and the family sat down together to share the meal. There was a deep sense of fulfillment in the air, the kind that comes with returning to a home you've made your own. Despite the challenges they faced, this moment felt like a true homecoming. Huyen and Maya both expressed their gratitude to Jia for the delicious meal. After traveling all day, they hadn't had the chance to eat, and now finally they could sit down and enjoy something warm. The hunger in their bellies wasn't the only thing being satisfied. There was a quiet sense of contentment that filled the space between them. Jay, with a smile, waved away their thanks. "It's nothing," he said softly, his voice full of affection. "Having you both by my side is all I need. Being with you, Huyen, makes me feel happiness and peace in a way I never thought possible." Huyen looked at him, her heart full, as she replied, "Thank you, Ja. This is the first time I've really felt what it's like to have a family. You've shown me what true happiness is, and I can't thank you enough. If it weren't for you, Maya and I wouldn't have made it to this point." The warmth between them was palpable as they shared this quiet moment of gratitude and love. Laughter filled the house, a sound that had been absent for so long, but now felt like the perfect soundtrack to their new life. The next day, Jay planned to head back to the market to buy materials for repairing the house, building a proper fence, and fixing the pond. It was a new beginning for them, and he was determined to make their home as safe and welcoming as possible. As they sat around their table, the family felt the weight of what they had been through and the hope of what was to come. Their journey was far from over, and many challenges still lay ahead. But for now, they had each other, and that was enough. Would this new chapter bring them the happiness they dreamed of? What hurdles would they face next? Stay tuned and subscribe to the channel to catch all the latest updates on Huyen Jay and their journey to find peace and happiness together.
Trong phần trước, Huyền và Đệ đến thăm bố mẹ Adam. Dù là lần đầu họ còn xa lạ, họ nhanh chóng trở nên thân thiết, gần như người trong một nhà. Hôm nay, gia đình Huyền cuối cùng cũng được trở về mái ấm cũ. Khi Huyền bước vào nhà, cô tràn ngập những cảm xúc lẫn lộn, những ký ức về một thời tươi đẹp giờ đây bị lu mờ bởi nỗi buồn của những gì còn sót lại. Ngôi nhà và mảnh đất xung quanh từng ngập tràn sức sống giờ đây chỉ là đống đổ nát. Họ sẽ làm gì để khôi phục nơi này và bắt lại từ đầu? Cuộc sống của gia đình Huyền sẽ ra sao khi họ trở về cội nguồn? Hãy theo dõi để biết những gì sẽ xảy ra tiếp theo. Nhưng trước hết chúng mình hãy bắt đầu đăng ký kênh và nhấn chuông thông báo để cập nhật những tin tức mới nhất. Sự ủng hộ của các bạn chính là động lực để tôi mang đến cho bạn những video thú vị hơn. Sau một đêm bình yên tại nhà bố mẹ Adam, Huyền và gia đình thức dậy sáng sớm vào hôm sau, sẵn sàng lên đường trở về quê hương. Mặc dù gia đình Huyền chỉ mới gặp bố mẹ Adam, nhưng họ đã có một sự kết nối ngay lập tức. Sự ấm áp và ân cần gần như đã khiến họ cảm thấy đã quen biết từ bao nhiêu năm rồi, như thể họ là một gia đình. Mẹ của anh Adam ánh mắt ngập tràn nói: "Ta rất buồn khi phải chia tay các con ở đây. Con luôn được chào đón ở nơi này, và ta hy vọng con sẽ sớm quay lại. Chúc con mọi điều đẹp nhất khi trở về nhà." Huyền xúc động cũng không kém, mỉm cười nhẹ nhàng đáp: "Chúng con nhất định sẽ đến thăm khi ổn định chỗ ở. Mẹ hãy giữ gìn sức khỏe." Và chúng con sẽ giữ liên lạc. Những lời cảm nhận chân thành. Huyền và gia đình bước xuống đường và trở về nhà.